Oh, ahoy, mateys. It's been a terrible few hours. I mean, rushed. Is there anybody still here? And thank you for being here. Um, my 30 minutes turned into damn near 40 minutes. No. I thought I'd be online about 20 minutes after. Thank you. Thank you, Papa Drew. It's raining, so I couldn't drive very fast. And we had to stop at the drive-through, and then things had to be carried in, oxygen tanks and the groceries and all this and that. And there's still stuff in the truck. I ended up having to buy a brand new jack because the jack that Don bought, I mean, kudos to Don. He came to help me. Brought the spare with him that was here at the house. And I mean, I'm clear down 44th and Division. Well, anyways, it's done. I'm home. We're live. I don't know. Papa Drew, you want to talk about, and Dave's here. Thank you. Dave, did you have a chance to go to that yard sale what was it, Sunday, I think it was. Or no, Saturday. Did you have a chance to go to that? Double Dog, welcome aboard. Holy cow, 103 degrees inside the schoolie. That's a little toasty. I think I'd have been looking for a fan to turn on. We got 5 people in the house. Can you believe this? I'm late and everybody's still here. Or they're checking in and out. Whatever. I'm grateful. So, Vangelis. That's a cover album to the album Alpha. That's with an A. And I don't know why, but I'm getting some blurry here. Flagstaff the dog. Aw. Yeah, it's sad, Dave. That sale was pretty doggone good, and she was letting stuff go for cheap. And I asked her, I said, did you do eBay, or do you do eBay? She said, I used to. I just got sick of it. So, yeah, she had some items. Books. Yeah. I got a few things there that I was happy with, but I wasn't looking necessarily for eBay items, but I could see that there was eBay items there that you would have loved to got. Maybe she'll have another sale. But my God, she's got a lot of stuff. Now, why isn't this? Oh, there we go. I'm trying to check this background thing to get it to work better. There. Now I think we're in business. The lightning strikes and the thunder rolls. Well, we haven't gotten any lightning or thunder right now, but it's definitely raining and I'm tired of it. Well, especially today. And it's cold, chilly to me, and I'm still wet. Yeah, it was raining down at 44th and Division, as same as it is raining here at 15th and Division, 15 Mile and Division. Okay, Starlink is worth its weight in gold. It is so good. Does it make me look better, Papa Drew? Probably not. I hope I don't break Starlink for your sake. I definitely am thinking in the future that Starlink possibly will be something on my plate. That reminds me, I got to pay my Verizon bill. If I don't do that, they'll probably shut me off before I get done here. They're sending me the threats now. We're going to turn you off. Give me a minute. I come home and I'm working out till dark. And then I think, okay, and then I go in and go to bed or have something to eat and go to bed, and I forget. Ford man, welcome aboard. Makes you come in. I am in the middle of a forest and I can download 220 meg MPS and upload. That's excellent. That's excellent. You're out there in the middle of nowhere. You can't beat that with a stick. Thank you, Ford man. Totally appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and stay on. You know what? I realize other people are going to be going live. There's people probably live right now, but I'm going to go ahead. We came on at 1:45. We'll call it 1:45. We're going to go to 1:45 or maybe 11, and then we'll say that's okay. Megavan Mike, welcome aboard. You know, coming on later like this, we'll probably have some people that we don't normally see. And I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. Because I know people are, well, it's summertime almost. Oh, Midwest Picker, you have Starlink too? That means it's in our area. See, I thought Starlink was just out west. Priority to 50. Close to the 4, but I'm surrounded by trees. It also drops the signal about every 2 minutes. Oh, well, that's not so good.
You still got to go back outside.
Holly, what do I have to go back outside for?
My indigent?
I brought it in. It's on the couch.
No.
Yes, I did.
Oh, that no. Okay. Yeah, let's see that thing.
Yeah, it's terrible bag. Okay. She's actually trying to put stuff away that I carried in. I said, I'm going on. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. She's trying to get me to eat, and I'm refusing. Okay, here's why we're here. Why do we say it? Now, we left off the other day. The last one we did was against the grain. And I think we all know what that is. You rub somebody the wrong way, you're going against the grain, or you're taking the sideways path and you're supposed to go with the grain. I mean, you can say all kinds of things for that. And we know that if you try to paint or sand a piece of wood against the grain, you know, cross grain, it comes out kind of rough, and you don't want that. Michigan Wave this summer, fiber optic. Okay, so that's coming in underground or optical on the telephone poles. I love it because I can stream. It's the midget dancers. I like it. It might be not PC. I like it. Look at all the midgets across the street. It's a long story. A buddy of mine, Greg, this is back in about 73, 74. It was one of my first apartments. In fact, I think it was like my second apartment that I lived in. And I ran the party store across the street, a 7-Eleven. And I came home from work one evening. Yeah, it was in the summer. And Greg lived in the same apartments, and I went to school with him. And he's sitting on his front porch, looking out at the street, 48th Street. He goes, Jack, do you see all those midgets over there? And I'm looking, and I don't see anything. I don't know if he's doing mushrooms or acid. I don't know. But I'll never forget that. Look at all those midgets. I don't know. He was definitely sauced or whatever you want to say. He's definitely stoned. It's hard to drag fiber optic behind the bus. You're right. Now, Midwest Vicar, he's thinking about getting a motorhome or a bus or a trailer or something. So we might see him on the road, and he won't be doing his fiber optic. I think it'll be a couple of years before he does. Now, where was I? There's the page I was supposed to be on. Flagstaff was a bad puppy. She went into the bathroom and took a big plop on my rug. Next to composting, at least she got the right rule. Good dog. Good dog. Well, I'm thinking, down the ways. There's that place in, that's where almost everybody, Fortuna Lake, I think it's called. It's kind of, a little more popular because more people have talked about it. Roy and Becky have been there, I think. Maybe you too have, Papa Drew. I know that Oz has been there. Lori of Lori's Way, and then Blue Van Dan, they were parked there by the lake. And I thought, you could almost park close enough that if you needed to do the laundry, you could just open the schoolie window and toss it out the window. They're saying howdy from Flagstaff. All right. How is the weather doing out there, Roy and Becky? I mean, we've been having kind of weird weather, but so is everybody else. So I'm wondering, how's Flagstaff? I want to buy a kind of used rug with a brown mark. As said, throw it in the river. All right. We are continuing with the letter A for our cliches and the things. Why do we say it? Now, some of these I have never heard of. Some of you may have heard of it. Weather is nice in Flagstaff. Awesome. Oh, you're near Roy and Becky? That's cool. Agony column. Okay. Where did we get the name agony column for the personal notices in a newspaper? Now, I never heard personal notices called agony column. Okay, Roy and Becky says it's dry and hot. Did you get to 103 like Papa Drew did? 103 in the schoolie? Yeah. Angry column. I thought to myself that it was obituaries. Agony column, not angry. Agony column. I thought maybe it was obits. Turns out I was wrong. It's not obituaries. Okay, so where do we get angry column for the personal notices in newspaper? It's from the British. Wouldn't you know it? The London Times once devoted the second column of the first page to personal advertisements. Now, I got thinking maybe they should have wrote to Ann Landers or Dr. Ruth or Xavier Hounder. Wait, she's at Penthouse Magazine. You want agony. So cool. Other schoolies see me and are pulling in. See? I knew you were going to be the attraction. I have yet to get a hold of the people in the Upper Peninsula, but it's looking better and better for me to go to the schoolie UP, as they call it, gathering. It's near Marquette. Hit 88. Need rain badly. They're fixing to close the forest here pretty soon. Now, how do you close a forest? Okay, you can't camp and I can see what you're saying. Pound Schoolie Nation. In other words, search Schoolie Nation. Yeah, I need to do that. So, the personal advertisements in the London Times back in the day, these advertisements were so often full of cries of anguish from an aching heart that the column acquired the name Agony Column. You know what? Nowadays, I'd almost think somebody would say, who cares? So your heart got broken. Big deal. Go shoot yourself. I mean, that's how bad social media can be. And it's happened. Young kids get their hearts broke for the first time, or who knows, or they're bullied, or it's horrible. So maybe we were better off when there was an agony column, because most likely the newspaper would have said, "Well, just go, whatever." But now, personal advertisements, isn't that just like taking out a classified ad? You pay to play, or you pay to advertise. Don't you pay to put anything in a newspaper, including an obituary? Or, gee, my girlfriend left me, blah, blah, blah. Don't you pay for that too? I think you do. Hoping for, oh wait, some of the BLM is closed due to a fire up here. Oh, wow. School UP, you need to pay for that. Yeah. I figure it's going to be
Talking to TV, Jack.
okay. She's not talking to me. She called somebody a son of a bitch, but it's not me. She's talking to the TV. What is it? Some advertisement you don't like?
No.
What is it?
It's going out.
The what?
TV's out.
What's the weather?
Never mind. The TV ain't working. I'm yelling at it.
Okay. It's the TV itself that she's yelling at, not the people on it. The weather. And we're on antenna. Doesn't always work that well when it's stormy. It's still better than paying a cable bill. She hasn't learned how to stream movies and stuff on her little laptop yet, or tablet. Video cams all around the school now, sending signal up to the web. Skylink is so cool. All right, or good. Roy says they're hoping for a rain from the monsoons in a couple weeks, but they are predicting more of a non-soon. A non-soon?
Ah!
Okay, I think I know what you mean. James, welcome aboard. Thank you, James, for putting the word out there that I was going to be extremely late. All right, so that's what the angry column is. Now you know. I like these storm pictures I've been finding. Some of them have been, I've squandered them. Squandered. I will save that for the S's. But anyways, I've acquired. There's an A word. I acquired from ASMR. YouTube. And some of your ASMRs have nature pictures. And this happens to be one. And the other one, previous one was too. Get my side-by-side back soon. New videos coming. Side-by-side. Side-by-side, is that a refrigerator? That's what I'm looking for. But it has to be only 33 inches wide to fit in my space. And the neighbors want to know, when am I getting a new refrigerator? Because I guess they're a little tired of my stuff in the freezer. Yeah. I just spent $90 for a hydraulic jack because God bless them, Sensei Don's jacks, they weren't going to pull that truck up. Not without more blocks. If he'd had, some blocks, but he forgot about the blocks. So, Walmart camping soon. The off-road buggy is the side-by-side. You're right. The ATV. Oh, yeah. I got a nice jack, though. And it lifted the truck right up. Boom. No problem. It's got 5,000 capacity. And, high raise. I guess it was time to own a new hydraulic jack. I've had old ones, and they either break or disappear. Okay, album. Now, you wouldn't think that album would be a cliche, or why do we say it, but this is in the book. So it says, what was an album originally? A table with a white top on which were kept the names of Roman officials and accounts of public proceedings, which was prominently displayed in a public place. The word comes from the Latin albus, meaning white. The British adopted the term during the Middle Ages. Lots of crap went on in the Middle Ages, let me tell you. And used it to signify a register or list of persons. From this, album acquired its present meaning. See, when I think of album, I think of like a photo album, a family album,
Right, stupid weather.
not a list. A list, a register or list of persons. I don't think of it as that. So the book is wrong. Oh.
Actually, according to papers, he said today he wants to reach out to the United States. He's not ready to exchange with
A race car.
yet. He said he wants
3 pounds of black powder will raise the truck up in the air too. And you know people with a lisp. Put the lisp under there and raise her up. Here's one of our favorites, Papa Drew. Damn it. No, that's with a D. This is with an A. Alcohol. Well, this one's kind of surprised me. Did the word alcohol always mean spirits? No. Alcohol originally meant eye paint. Eye paint, eye paint. Kind of like what, war paint? The ancient Egyptians and later the Arabians used a fine black powder for tinting the eyelids. How about that, Roy? More than one use for black powder. Yeah. They must have looked like Captain Jack Sparrow. The black around the eyes. Pirate. Anyways, the Arabian name for this was alcohol. Alcohol. The fine powder that they used to blacken around the eyes. Eye paint. From this, any fine powder got the name of alcohol. Spell AL space KOH apostrophe L. Now we know about the store. Kohl's. Eye paint. Or is it alcohol? Alcohol. Anyways, from this, any fine powder got the name, and finally, the Vinous. I'm not pronouncing that right. VINOUS. The vinous spirits extracted by means of a fine charcoal filter came to be called alcohol. Now, for me, that's a stretch. Why don't we just pretend that we're, we won't call ourselves alcoholics anymore. We'll call ourselves eye painters. Or powderites. Black powderites. There. You should join Black Powderites Anonymous. So that'd be BPA. There you go. Black Powderites Anonymous. And he still knows people with a list. Yeah, give people a list. Like okay, now we know what alcohol really means. Well, here's another one. I'm like Alexander's beard. Swear by Alexander's beard. Now, I've never heard anybody say that. But apparently it's a thing that some people do say. Or maybe used to say. I don't know. But How did we come to swear by Alexander's beard? Okay. Alexander the Great of Macedonia, or Macedon, disliked hairy faces. He would have had me shot. He himself shaved, and he ordered all of his men to shave likewise. Why? Lest an enemy grab one by the beard and holding the head, chop it off. So, to swear by Alexander's beard is to swear by nothing at all. So I swear by Alexander's beard, which means if you're swearing by nothing at all, then you really didn't basically tell the truth. It doesn't say that here. That's how I'm taking it. I swear by Alexander's beard that you should buy this car from me. No, you shouldn't. Now, here's one for us, Papa Drew. Out methane, which would get to the lanterns and blow the ship up. That's true.
You possibly may be right. Now, this is kind of a freaky item, but it's true.
Yes.
There's a new product in England that may soon be available over here. It is a tombstone. And in the tombstone, they have a videotape player. I'm not making it up. The text that shows.
Oh, I'm going to save it for H.
Now,
We'll
that's
talk
only
about
a
the head
cemetery with a
and why it's placed where it is on the ship.
12 o'clock.
Yep. Ship height in transit. That's right. I did know about that one. But thank you, Papa Drew. You've educated everybody else that's here. I know we have lurkers. Show of 7 people. We got Papa Drew, we got Roy and Becky, and me. Well, I know Ford Man's here. James is here. And probably a few other people I just haven't seen yet. Well, maybe Devil Dog. I don't know. I'd have to scroll up. Okay. We're on page 13. And we still got several pages of A's to go. Yeah, we got a ways to go yet. We're not going to get through the A's tonight. We may not even get through them in 2 weeks, but we'll see. Okay, here we go, Papa Drew. Alimony. Why is a divorcee's pension called alimony? Really? Because it's her bread and butter. The word comes from the Latin alimonia, meaning nourishment. I like the alimonia, which sounds kind of like you got alimonia. Homemade gas for cars, please. Well, it should work in vehicles if you can it right and pressurize it right. But I can remember reading Mother Earth News and people making compost piles or compost areas, enclosed compost, and after a while it produces methane gas, which they would basically trap it and bottle it. You know, this is way back in my teens, and I was too busy chasing girls to think about trying that. It might be interesting to try it now. Seems I'll have more time.
And I thought, oh my God, this is beautiful.
We need probably to come up with our own solution. I think bicycles are going to be at a premium here soon. 2 or 3 times a day. Yes, I know. I know. Me too. Well, at least you know what alimony comes from now. Now here's another one. Has anybody ever heard of an alligator pear? I'm waiting. I'm waiting with bated breath. Alligator pear. You know, and pear is spelled P-E-A-R, like the fruit, a pear. Alligator pear. It's the first I've heard of it. Well, actually, it's the second I've heard of it because I read this yesterday. Alligator pear. What has the alligator got to do with a fruit known as the alligator pear? You're going to love this answer. Eat a girl pear. Sometimes I do, Papa Drew. Okay, alligator pear. What has the alligator got to do with a fruit known as the alligator pear? Not a thing. But when the people of one country take a word from another's language, they often change its sound and its spelling to make it agree with that of a word they already know. And I can understand this probably happens more than we even know. But by the time we finish this book, we'll know. I still remember how to wash dishes. Okay.
I guess you find them in the supermarkets, and the titles are marvelous. This was in the covers.
I thought about dishwashing, Roy.
Some wild dream.
It had something to do with a Chinese girl.
I love this one. Lord Gray Falcon's reward.
Okay, so they often change the sound and spelling of somebody else's word in another language to make it with that of a word they already know. Thus, the fruit called abascata by the Aztecs came to be called aguacate in Spanish, but the French turned it into avocat or a lawyer pear. Well, the English made it alligator pear. Who cares? Yeah, I never heard of it until yesterday. Now I've heard of this. Allspice. If I was to look hard in the cabinet without Holly catching me doing it, I think there's probably a bottle of allspice in there. Not Old Spice. That's in my cabinet. Because it's got the sailing ship on it, you know. Hey, it's nautical. Old Spice. Really, allspice. Let me ask her a minute. Becky left. Hope she's coming back, Roy. Holly. Question, Holly. Are you there?
What?
I have a question for you. Is there a product called Allspice?
Yeah.
She says there's a
Got
product.
your cupboard.
Yeah, she says she's got some in the cupboard. Well, let's
Allspice, you can use it in pumpkin pie.
in pumpkin pie. Okay.
Curl against the V of this open shirt.
Well, let's see what this book has to say about allspice.
Now, somebody asked me during the break, what about these cards? Well, we have 500 people.
You know what, Roy? A sink load of dishes isn't so bad. At least it's not a boatload. Allspice. Does the word allspice mean the seasoning is a combination of all spices? The answer is no. Allspice is a kind of pimento, or pimento, however you want to say that. It's dried and ground. It gets its name, however, from the fact that it tastes like a mixture of nutmeg, cloves, and cinnamon. Now that makes sense when she said it's for pumpkin pie.
So sign off for a future recall. You
Allspice. See, now I'm not a baker. I mean, about the most major spice I can think of is salt, which I barely Excuse me. If I use any salt these days, it's non-sodium salt because, you know, it's supposed to stay low on salt content due to the heart. Pumpkin pie is very good for dogs if they have a sour tummy. I had never heard that, Papa Drew. You're not a baker, you're not a candlestick maker. You know what? I could save this for F's, but it's appropriate to say right now. I'm not a fig plucker, nor am I a fig plucker's son. But you know what? I'll pluck figs till the fig plucker comes. All right. The next one is alma mater. Why do we call the college which we attend our alma mater? Now, wait a minute. I thought it says the college that we attend. Well, wait a minute. I'm not in college right now. I was. But I didn't call it an alma mater at the time. I just said, hey, I'm going to my college. But now if I was to return and visit the college, I could, in my mind, say, oh, I'm going to my alma mater. For instance, if I had, you know, had any reason to go back there. Okay, so anyways, that's the question. Why do we call the college which we attend our alma mater? Because this Latin phrase literally means nursing or nourishing mother. Since colleges and other institutions of learning are supposed to nourish the minds of their students, the term is applied to them. I'd rather have my mother teach me then. Yeah. The son of a fig or a figging plucker's apprentice. That's true. The next word, aloof. Now, to me, I'm not going to read it right now, but to me, aloof means you're kind of standoffish. You tendency to look down your nose at others. Somebody might be telling a story and you don't believe it, so you stand aloof. Becky's going to back in a couple months, maybe 3. I dropped her off at the train station yesterday. On the train back to Indiana. Wow. Is she got to take care of family or family business there, Roy? So it's just you and the dogs? And Papa Drew in Flagstaff, Arizona? God help the country. Aloof with women. Yeah. Sometimes I think I should be. Or grow a pair. Aloof. Where does the word aloof get its meaning? Any idea? Anybody else have a so-called what does the word aloof mean to you? You might be surprised about this one. You know what, Roy? I kind of feel bad for you. 3 months? Are you going to make it? Papa Drew, I'm worried about Roy. Him, if Scott's around, they'll both get in more trouble than we can imagine. Just keep him out of Nevada. Okay, aloof. The word comes from sailing. A strong onshore breeze may blow a sailing ship onto coastal shore or coastal rocks. To keep clear, the helmsman must hold the vessel into the wind.
Then Brett said, "Now you take off your bra, Hillary."
I've heard into the wind. And I heard you don't piss on Superman's cape. Something like that. The nautical term aloof means to the windward, Thus, to hold aloof, or as we now say, aloof, means to keep clear. Okay, I can sort of see how that managed to make its way there. I'm glad that Scott's there. He'll keep you in line, Roy. Not. You drop the loaf 3 or 4 times a day. I hear you. But you know what, Papa Drew? Your thing about very aloof with the women, keep clear, is what the nautical term means. Keep clear. Yeah, they could be like the rocks on the shore, right? I wouldn't doubt there's been songs written about that. Probably siren songs. The Genesis or hold up. He won't budge on the appointment. Yeah, see what I mean? And dentist appointments are the very worst of all the, it seems like all the practices. You know, if I wanted to, I could call up, say, hey, could you, you got time tomorrow afternoon to put a pacemaker in? Yeah, come on in. Seriously. Open heart surgery is easier to get done than getting a tooth pulled. A lot easier. I'm glad I didn't have to go through that. Most of you know I don't have any teeth. And I'm glad. And that last one finally just kind of came loose and I went, I threw it in the waste bag, and I said, sitting there and hurt, you bastard. But I was so happy it was the very last one. And I've been happy ever since. Oh, James is looking for a camper, by the way. James is in desperate need of a camper. If he wants to tell you why, he can. But anyways, we've got to find James a camper that can be towed by his Ford Fusion. His Ford Fusion will tow, is it 5,000 pounds, James? Towing capacity of his Ford Fusion is 5,000 pounds. So we can find some kind of a trailer that can, you know, is basically gross vehicle weight 5,000 pounds. His Ford will pull it. Ford Flex. Why did I say Fusion? I know why. I was thinking Flex Fuel, Fusion, da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if your Ford Flex is flexible fuel, but I think it probably is. I like the looks of the Ford Flex. They remind me of a Willys Jeep station wagon, and they kind of sort of remind me of the old 1960s Studebaker station wagons. Just somehow that boxier look. Yeah, Fusion is a car. Okay, you're right. Sold your car. Fusion, yeah. What I liked was the Ford Focus. Ford Focus All. On to the next page, and the word on the top of that page says alphabet. This is kind of interesting. You know, 9,000. Okay, well, that makes it a little easier. Can you tow it uphill? All right, why do we call our ABCs the alphabet? I slowed that down a little bit just to kind of give a clue. Because the two terms are exactly the same. The Greek alphabet begins with the letters alpha and beta, A and B, whence alphabet, alpha, beta, whatever. Likewise, now this one, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Abecedaria, a name for school primers, Abecedaria. I'm not pronouncing it right. It's ABECEDERIA. I never called any book by that name. Anyways, it takes its name from the first 4 letters of the alphabet. I can see that. ABCD. Abecedaria. Abecedaria. Okay. Kind of makes sense.
It was all over. I cut one night and it was the end.
But
What do you do?
when you're in
What do
Then-
I have to do? Ready
Then
up,
the
ready.
police giving you a sobriety test.
We'll do this. We're
They
coming.
want you to say your ABCs backwards without singing.
Keeping a healthy body. What goes on is
Just 250s tows 19,000 pounds.
here to meet those high standards.
250 with a V10 can tow 19,000 pounds. Okay. Fusions are sharp looking. All the manufacturers copy them. Yeah, I'd say my new Roman name is Nadius Maximus.
Like to level up movie night with this 82-inch HD TV for just
So- I think Nadius. I know what Maximus is.
Imagine the pride driving the carpool with this
Holly's got rules.
$1,000 SUV for just $800. Yeah, that's
Glu-
just the tip of the iceberg.
gluten, gluteus, glutinous.
Even better, have delivered
Maximus.
literally every minute of
But
every
what is
day.
Nadius? The big
Nose
nose
is the best kept secret in shopping. You always get free shipping and a 90-day money-back
for
guarantee.
nuisance. Am I a big nuisance?
I got
Probably.
these wireless earphones on Deal Dash. 1 cent, not dollars.
Now I've heard this one also ran. Ah, he was an also ran. To me, that means
For an iPad Pro.
they were in a political race,
Deals
but
are
they
happening every
lost.
second on Deal Dash. Always
You know,
get
and there
free
were
shipping.
many
So
others
that's
that were in that
why would you
same
ever pay more? Thousands of nine
vote for me
wallets
crap.
out there waiting for you. Come to
Whatever. Now,
DealDash.com
I
and
could
make
be
your
wrong.
first winning bet
I didn't look at the explanation here. So how did a non-entity come to be called an also ran? Well, I don't think anybody's a non-entity unless they're a robot.
It's sustainable and it's doable.
This term comes from the sporting pages of newspapers. In a horse race, those entries which do not finish near the
Come to see today's
van.
time offer.
near the van. I don't know if that's a misprint or a thing. Anyways, those horses or whatever, they don't finish near the van are listed on the terse heading also ran. Okay, I guess I can see how they relate that to any kind of a race or voting, whatever. So and so also ran, or
that movie theater, the theater that inspired me to
okay.
and show this, but that theater's gone through changes and now showing the bang and the bottom slow. You know, it's in
I'm also ran with George Carlin because he did a skit about why do we say it or cliches. Linda sent it to me, and I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but it's what I did watch. I was on the floor laughing because it's George Carlin.
And then I play the Irving Poole
Oh.
legendary song writer, you know. Who,
I might save this one for next week. I might skip over it.
In fact, if he were here today,
Nah,
and the character, the clip we're going to show is
We're gonna cover it now.
cosmetic surgery. And
Don't
he
ever
just,
date a
you know,
succubus. I know.
The necessity for cosmetic surgery.
Spank me.
As they say, Monica. We shouldn't have put it there.
Let me see if I can find.
In this town in particular, plastic surgery
Uh,
is a necessary tool.
You saw it earlier.
It can not only add 10 years to a star's career,
No,
which I
it was
think
this
is
one.
super, but it can make you be who you want to be. So few people are.
What river do you suppose that is?
Has been working for me for how long, dear? 6 years?
That's right, Doctor.
And she has had work done. How old are you now, Myrna?
I'm 38, Doctor.
This is kind of a fascinating one. Papa Drew, you're going to love it.
But you look great. Let me just feel
Or not. What do we call well endowed Maximus boobies?
What are you sleeping?
A week Wednesday.
Luckily for Myrna, she
Behind me here,
she gets a rate. Although
and
not
on the
much.
thumbnail, this is the Amazon River, and the Amazon jungle,
Are you leaving?
We've had to go through better for things.
Very good.
which doesn't have a damn thing to do with, believe it or not.
Oh, thank you.
Remember to call me
Don't know why they call the Amazon River, or why they call the jungle the Amazon jungle. We know that's down in South America. We've heard,
Another message, folks.
of Amazon women. Yeah, and anacondas. The bog that we throw witches in. It does kind of. My anaconda don't want none unless you got bones, huh? Yeah. Anyways, the anacondas are in the Amazon River, and they're holy cow. Anyway, who gave the name Amazon to strong, masculine women? I'm reminded of that joke where spacemen landed on a planet that had these great, big, tall, gorgeous women. And the captain of the spaceship, he's looking at her. This is in a Playboy magazine, by the way. He's looking at her. He says, "Take me to your leader." Or no, "Take me to your ladder. I'll see your leader later." Yeah. Pop up. Okay. Anyway, who gave the name to strong masculine women? The Amazon. The Greeks. Now this one's really we're gonna talk about this for a few minutes. The word literally means without a breast.
Enjoy no monthly interest for 18 months until paid in full with your Leaf Card purchase.
I'm wondering if we're going to be talking about the LPGA here in a minute. The word literally means without a breast. It refers to the Grecian story of a nation of warlike women in Asia Minor. They weren't in South America. These women were such determined warriors that they burned off their right breast in order to better draw a bow. That's what it says. They would burn their right breast off. And I'm thinking, that does smell kind of bad. Jeez. And the reason I mention LPGA, the Ladies Professional Golf Association, we have LPGA tournaments, I believe they're next week right here in Grand Rapids at Blythefield Country Club. At any rate, Patsy has worked at that, by the way, before at the LPGA tournament. Sponsored by Myers and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I had read somewhere that women golfers wish that they were not so well endowed because large breasts get in the way of your golf swing. Really? Okay, I'll go with it. I guess if I had sticking out here and I'm trying to swing it, yeah, maybe, and drawing a bow. And you draw it here and you draw it out there. It makes a point. But I'm thinking, what if the lady archer is ambidextrous? She gonna burn both boobs up? I find that rather sad.
And I was visiting the royal family.
You would watch golf with the light breath. Yeah. The IPA is more better than the LPGA, yes. Yeah, we have a lot of those around here. A lot of homebrew, not homebrews, but special brews. So yeah, that's Amazon. So I'm thinking, do they have flat-chested women working at the Amazon warehouse? Wait a minute, why are they called my favorite online store Amazon? I think it's because A to Z. We sell everything from nuts to soup. I don't know, A to Z. Nuts to soup. Wait, I guess we wait for that one when we get to the letter N. After I grow some nuts.
Isn't she classy?
That little squirrel. I gotta buy another bag of nuts. Today I didn't even see her because I wasn't home, for one. Number two, it's raining cats and dogs and squirrels when I got home, and it's still raining cats and dogs and squirrels. But I haven't seen our squirrel, and she's pregnant, by the way. Kids having kids. All right. Did we talk enough about flat-chested archers or Amazons? You don't see nudes on ice. The guy looks like a eunuch. Could be. Maybe they will cover that when we get to the letter C. Castration. The choir boys. Sing soprano. The next word is ambition. Now, I don't see ambition as a cliche word, or why do we say it, but apparently somebody else does. Pies and Coconuts USA. Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls, Jurassic Park, Water Ride, Universal Items. This sounds like something to do with Disneyland. Maybe. It's Florida.
I would never do that. Even
So ambition.
What'd you say?
What did the word ambition originally mean? Literally, go getting. Now, that makes sense to me. If you have a lot of ambition, you have a lot of go getting. Yeah. The ancient Romans used the word ambitio to describe a candidate's going about for votes. Now, who knows? When you call that PA, political ambition? But yeah, ambition. Go getting. And it's a politician going about for votes. Okay. Who cares? Here's another interesting one. I thought of, the Army helicopters coming in with a cross on the side of them, MASH units, incoming, ambulance. Why do we call the vehicle for moving stretcher cases an ambulance when walking cases are ambulant? And I think there's another term that goes with it. It's not mentioned here. Is ambulatory. Means that you can get to you can walk your own way to the shrink's office.
It's crucial that if you
You're
see
ambulatory.
a child being abused, that you call local law enforcement or child protective
You're not in the
services.
straitjacket.
You may be the only person brave enough to help.
Anyways, it was because the ambulance once brought the hospital to the patient. The French devised the term and applied it to their early field hospitals, which they called hospitals ambulances. Hospitals ambulances. From this, the name ambulance was applied to the vehicle, and it kept its name when it reversed the process and started bringing patients to the hospital. Makes sense. It makes sense. What do we learn from this? Food for thought. Okay. Just why you do not see nudes on ice. That guy looking. Oh, yeah. Right. Cement. Okay. The next word is amen. What time is it? We've been on here an hour now. Might be appropriate. An appropriate time to end the live stream. Because amen literally means the end. In a manner of speaking. Here's what this book says it means. What is the real meaning of amen? Amen is generally accepted as meaning so be it. And I've also heard so mote it be. There's many people that say that instead of amen. But in the Hebrew language from which it comes, amen literally means truly. And I did not know that. When we use the word at the end of a prayer or hymn, we assert its truth and its sincerity by saying amen or truly.
That's pretty good, huh?
It was extraordinary. It was incredible. It was a break of a lifetime.
And by the way,
You know,
amen
enormous opportunity. Always
is also the last word in the Bible. Now, how appropriate and how interesting that we're ending tonight with amen. What shall we begin next Wednesdays with? Now, that remains to be seen. Yeah. All right, mateys. I'm glad all four of you stuck it out till the end here. I have a Wendy's hamburger waiting for me. May need warming up. But it's time. Thank you for being aboard tonight. Sorry I was so extremely late. We'll pray that next Wednesday, 9 p.m. will be our normal starting time. And if you're watching the replay of this, oh my gosh, thank you. But anybody coming in, oh, there's Tracy. Yeah, if you happen to catch this, leave a comment below. Hit that thumbs up. Pass me on to your friends. And I appreciate it. There's another A word, appreciate. Well, amen to that. All right, ladies. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed night. And in the meanwhile, fair winds and smiles. Come on, you can do it. And may God bless. We're going to end the broadcast. See you Saturday at noon for Guess the Channel. And I got a couple videos. There's one or two that I posted yesterday and today. Who knows what I'll be posting tomorrow. I did not film my flat tire tonight. I was too busy. All right, ladies. Good night. End the broadcast.